This is day 2 of our trip on the Oregon Backcountry Discovery Route. We will deal in detail with the crash you just saw. You will also see some fun snow wheeling and a recovery with a broken winch. Let's start with how the day began. As you will see, we woke up to a very cold morning.
Thank goodness for the heater, buddy. I would have froze last night. Anybody home? How was your night?
Let me pause here for a minute. When we woke up in the morning, I started my 4Runner and looked at the onboard thermometer. It said 17 degrees. I'm not sure how cold it was during the night, but it got pretty cold. Nice and brisk outside, huh?
It is. I ran mine all night. I ran through 2 full bottles.
Wow. Frozen water. Next, we'll get ready and head out on the trails for some fun snow wheeling. Ultimately, this leads to the crash that you saw at the beginning of the movie. We will do a full forensic analysis of that crash, but for now, let's get to some fun snow wheeling.
Good to go.
It sends a rooster tail of snow up.
My bumper's still there?
It's there. Backing up. You didn't happen to get that on film, did you?
Get what on film?
When I went off the road there?
No.
Dang. He's going to test his crawl control.
That was cool.
Not sure I'd make that. Try to spur for the left.
That's a fender.
So let's talk about what happened and why the 4Runner slid into the tree. At first glance, it looked like a pretty easy traverse. Fortunately, the damage was pretty minimal and all of it has now been repaired. But in thinking about why he hit the tree, take a look at the natural stance of the vehicle and the distance between the rear fender and the tire. With that in mind, let's watch it in slow motion. First, you're going to see the rear tire compress. It compresses here. Then you're going to see it unload. It unloads here. At this point, there's no weight on the downhill side of the vehicle, and it's all over. The vehicle is going to move in the direction of the tree.
I mean, the reality is,
Based on what we're doing, I guess we could roll it back a notch.
it's gonna happen. I was going up, and then the truck was so angled down. I mean, I should have looked at it more carefully. Well, I think what happened is it hit the branches. Trunk.
Super glue.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Because this lip just goes in here.
I'm not gonna let it ruin my fun.
All right, you want to just keep working our way out? I was having fun, but now I want to be a little more careful.
No. We don't need to be cautious. I mean,
It's a flesh wound.
Yeah.
flesh wound.
Come here, Charlie.
All right, a little bit of vehicle damage there, but extremely minor. So the adventure continues and we'll go forward and keep having fun.
All right, trip update. Steve went for sort of a hill climb, but sideways, a side hill climb, and ended up having his rear end slide down the hill. It just clipped a tree real bad, ripping his rear fender off on that side, and had some body panel dents and damages as well. Took it like a champ though, took it right on the chin. Still having fun, still having a good attitude. So we're to keep on keeping on. But first casualty of the trip, first blood.
That thing's been a beast for just right off the showroom floor.
I got no complaints. I can move up if you guys want to go in here to the left.
Yes, we do. I know I do.
That looks pretty deep. I'm gonna do this hill climb. make it.
He buried the back bumper.
Is it still attached?
Yeah. Here Sam dropped axle deep into some soft snow. First we thought we'd just try to rock it back and forth and see if we could break it loose. In situations like this, the snow acts like quick drying cement and just grabs every part of the undercarriage it can. So we broke out the shovel, cleared some of the snow out of the way, and deployed the max tracks. Next, we were going to try a dynamic rope pull. This got a little tricky because with each attempt, both Sam's vehicle and my vehicle seemed to slide closer and closer to the ravine. I don't want to end up in the ditch, so...
No, winch.
No, I'm gonna try it one more time, but I just gotta get position. That didn't work out, and I ended up in a position where regardless of whether I went forward or backward, I would slide further and further into the ravine. I need to get my front end right up here. I could winch myself, my nose right up here.
Time for the winch. Winch is coming out to the tree, to another tree here, to the tail end. The idea is to winch the tail end up and off the edge.
So I've done these sideways winches successfully before, and they work really well. You can actually help pilot the front and rear of the vehicle by gently assisting in reverse or drive. Now when I chainsaw this tree down, can someone hold it so it doesn't fall on my vehicle?
Tree's gonna fall on his car.
We had to clear some lanes with the chainsaw for the winch line.
That was close.
These out and see if we got a line. What I'm about to discover is that my winch is actually broken. What you will see is that when it comes under tension, it disengages. It makes a popping sound and disengages. All lines are clear. Watch the line go slack at the yellow arrow. Yeah, try that again. I did move up.
You moved.
Not up here on the back.
Yeah, the back was moving up.
The winch kept disengaging, but we were able to move the truck up just a couple inches at a time. I'm right about that. Finally, I get in a position where I can back out to a turnaround spot. It's a long way back to the turnaround spot, so we decided we would first see if the winch had enough pull, just enough to get Sam out. Disengaged. That didn't work, so I backed all the way out and backed all the way back and set up a static line. We decided to use a static line because we knew it was going to be a long pull.
All right, I'm ready.
Here again, the conditions were such that anytime you got near that ravine, you just started to slide into it. And you'll see with the red arrow here that that's what happened to Sam. So we repositioned, got some traction boards out, and finally got a good pull.
They were all melted from saving the creepy method.
This one. But it doesn't matter to me.
So we basically spent the day getting salmon stuck.
That was a hell of a job. That's not an easy extraction. After a fun day, we decided to head to a lower elevation below the snow line and camp on the river.
So, just arrived at base camp 2. Sammy's gonna set up right here. Two-second tent setup. He's already deployed. And we got the Crooked River.
Down. All the way. Down. Spin. Roll over. Good girl. There you go. Oh, you should just leave the yellow one on.
We were so cold last night. This whole stack is getting burned.
Tonight.
No matter what.
Just like that.
Yep.
We don't throw logs in, we throw bundles in.
We're too tired to chainsaw. We're like, well, we can go chainsaw some wood, or we can buy a bundle.
Basically just had a ton of fun playing around in the snow. I got stuck. I was stuck in a way where if I moved too much, I'd slide kind of down off into a cliff. And then John got himself in a precarious situation trying to recover me. John lost a winch in the process. Steve lost a fender today by snow drifting over a tree, which was pretty cool to see on a car with like 50 miles on it.
Regardless, we're here at the river, which is a stone's throw away. Great fire.
Props to whoever invented the heater buddy, because I certainly would have had frostbite without it. I brushed lightly against a small sapling. And it's interesting, you know, when you have a brand new vehicle and something like that happens, the initial response is very shocking. But in hindsight, I purchased the vehicle for these types of adventures, knowing sooner or later something would happen. We were having such a great time. I mean, it was my fault, 100%. Overzealous, went for something that I didn't look at in advance or think through, and just kind of slid into this tree. And so, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, the initial shock is gone, and I've already called my wife, and you know, props to my sweet Sheila. She let me off pretty easily. Well, we'll see when I get home, actually. So hold on that one.
And that's it, guys. It's all good fun. Thanks for watching. We made it to our tents. There's actually some campfire talk that continues after this for those that are interested.
Recovery tool was necessary, you know? It's not like just the winch. The max tracks are instrumental in keeping cars from sliding down hills and stuff.
Well, even old school stuff like cutting off limbs and throwing limbs under, you know, before max tracks, that's all you did.
Yeah.
Was throw rocks or branches or whatever you could get your hands on. But yeah, the dynamic rope, static strap, bow shackles galore.
I'm not going anywhere without max tracks, I'll tell you that much.
There's a whole duffel bag of stuff I didn't even access.
Really?
Yeah.
The mythical unaccessed
Duffel
bag full of recovery
Well, I have
gear.
3 duffel bags of recovery gear in there.
I'm convinced I want a winch for the hitch receiver.
I like
a light
that.
one. Like,
I'm going to do
give
that
me
too.
a helpful tug backwards. Maybe like 6,000 pound winch. Like,
Yeah.
not a giant.
I'm almost positive Warren makes one, and it has handles. The receiver hitch is here, and it has handles, and you. Like,
Well, originally I contemplated just doing that, because then you could plug it in the front or the back, because you can add a hitch receiver to the front. But there's something not cool about not having an awesome winch in the front of your vehicle.
The fire is just beginning to get awesome enough.
Coconut water.
Coconut water fans. Does it taste like coconut water?
No, it's delicious. This is a blueberry pomegranate. It's also a Kobe Bryant owned company. He's dead now, but his wife owns it. It's fantastic. 35 calories for the whole container.
What?
It's delicious. Yeah. 35 calories.
Now I'm interested.
35 calories, coconut water base, electrolytes, antioxidants, B vitamins, no sugar added.
What's it called?
Body Armor Light.
Yeah, now I'm interested.
Yeah, it's really tasty. They got all kinds of flavors. It's like Gatorade except